is like hella disrespectful right now. Because it was cold, threw on this jacket, you know, did this whole sequence that you just saw. And now I'm kind of hot. Just a tad bit hot.
Covered in your water and I'm feeling like a summer breeze. Submitted on the power and you brought me to my knees.
And we're back. How y'all doing today? It's Kev the Barber with another classic. It's been a long time since I heard that, huh? I feel like I need like a slight explanation, just, you know, to give you guys like, I just better understanding over my head of why these videos be coming sporadically sometimes, just so, you know, we're on the same page. Like for me, I would love to post a video every single day. Like one, that's a goal of mine. Like really to be able to just post it every day, like post a video every day, love every video I make. Every video I have has like a combination of like comedy, dopeness, epicness, musicness, you know, nice haircuts, and you know, just a nice, I don't know, entertainment for the barber world. I feel like we don't have anything like this. What I provide is something I don't see often, or I don't really see at all. So I feel obligated to try and like keep it up. But like the slowness sometimes comes for one, I don't like my breathing. That's one. I mean, I feel like somebody can get annoyed by it. That's just one of the hiccups. The other one is like, that's not as big, but the bigger one is more like the content. So I think when it comes to YouTube, and any form of creation, like the biggest form of like keeping it going and it being like continually getting better, that's all I want to do, is the content. It's why you do what you do and what you're saying. So for me, the content started getting muddy for me. Like I just felt like I was doing everything and there was no direction. And sometimes when I feel like I do one thing, like you guys are expecting that, like I need to continue to do that, then it just becomes homework. Like, all right, they want me to post this, I need to post this, like this is this. I mean, you know, I wouldn't have this much subscribers, this much views or whatever if I didn't post what you guys like. But at the same time, I wouldn't have this channel either if I didn't like doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like a balance. It's a jump in between, oh, am I doing this because I want to, or am I doing this for views? Am I doing this for them? Like, you know, that's one of them. And I think what it is generally, I feel like, for the most part, I'm an educational, inspirational, entertainment type channel, you know what I mean? And parts of me wants to just take away all the entertainment and let's do education. And then a part of me just is like, nah, it's a little boring. Let's just do entertainment. It's like, that's a little irresponsible. So then I'm just trying to continue to find this medium. And I think the issue was, it's YouTube, you know what I mean? I feel like I've heard Cris talk about this in one of his videos too. Like, YouTube is filled with people who are trying to, be entertained, trying to learn how to do something. Sometimes the energy you put into a video isn't the content that viewers are looking for, and then that can get discouraging. Like I can put a lot of I guess energy into something being educational, like putting all my tips and really sitting down, writing notes and all these different things, and it's like, oh, that was a nice clean video or something. Like, you know, it's not, the amount of effort I put into a video just doesn't seem like the return is there. Like, and then it's same thing for entertainment. It's like, you can do a whole lot of entertainment, but you feel like you're missing out on the educational part. So in order to really help my content out a bit, I've decided that this channel, sure, it's gonna still have education, it's gonna have tips. I'm gonna just release the amount of pressure, because the more pressure I put on myself in this YouTube channel, the more I feel like it's like, I don't know, not a job, but like, I don't wanna sound like I'm lazy or trying to run from a job, but like more tight than I first intended it to be.
Oh yeah, because I forgot to take my test.
Oh, should you do it again?
Yeah.
Oh,
she forgot to take a PSI.
Thank you, Brody.
Oh, that's a crystal?
Yeah, it's an aggranate. It's healing, it holds you closer to the earth.
Bro, I'm trying to get like Rick over here, bro.
Trying to get what?
Yeah, like you, bro. This joint is lit. The way how like simple it is. You got the clippers. It's this. I need to get this joint because I usually just lay it all out like that.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
You need the this thing.
What?
But for your metal clips.
Yeah, I know. I do need that too.
It's not hard. It's not hard to buy.
It isn't?
No, you just buy it at Barber Depot, bro.
Separately?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. It's literally like a little case like that big.
That's so smart. I've been saying people need to do that for a while.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So now, in order to like compartmentalize my content some more, I've decided that I'm going to do an educational course where I can really focus. I can really focus on the educational aspect of it. Really hone in and laser focus on those who really want to learn how to cut hair and why they're doing what they're doing. That's the next thing, and that's what that's always been in my head. It's something I've dreamed of trying to do, like having the barber's table, like educational course or whatever, just to really help people enhance their ability to cut hair, enhance the way they think about hair cutting. Because, you know, everybody is a combination of how they've learned. There's different ways to do. There's no one right way to do things. There's definitely wrong ways to do things, but there's no one right way. A lot of these educational courses just tend to give you a bunch of skills. Just throw a bunch of techniques at you, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. Kind of like a tip video, you know? And at the end of it all, you're left with knowing how to do things, but not knowing why you're doing them. And I see that too often. Like, okay, here's a lever. Like, humans are pretty simple in their way of learning. When you're doing something, like, it's easy to cut hair, right? It's not easy to understand why you're cutting hair, though. My focus has never been what I'm doing. My focus has been to really open up your eyes to why you're doing what you're doing. That's what the course is gonna focus on. It's gonna focus on beginners, and then it's gonna show you all these techniques, but show you why. Because somebody comes into a barbershop and they cut your hair. Everybody knows how to cut hair. And my boy Kev said one time, he knew a barber who, no matter what, you came in, he's gonna give you a haircut, right? But he's not gonna give you your haircut. And your haircut comes into understanding the reasons for why you're doing certain techniques, and also the reason why you're giving that sort of haircut to that person.
Whatever you know, if you know something, you want to put it into action.
Yeah.
And when you put it into action, you want a result.
Yeah.
If you don't see the result, which I'm not seeing the results, it's like, I gotta be smart about putting my energy out there. In general, bro, right now I'm at a point in my life where I want to definitely be careful who and where I put my energy, because it's limited, bro. I really don't have all the energy in the world, and I don't have all the time in the world. I'm trying to be at a certain place by next year, 5 years, 10 years.
And I think that's a good point, because I feel like when you're a barber and you go to these schools, like you get, and you're good already, sometimes they look to you to teach, which is all good. But you gotta know, like, you're in it, you know, to get something out of it. There's this thin line between helping and being taken advantage of. But for me, I'm looking at, the way I looked at it when I was going was I recognized that, look, I'm paying to be here. Of course, they're utilizing my knowledge to help disperse it across, you know, the student body or whatever. And if you can't see what's in it for you, see what the opportunity is for you, and you feel like you're being used, I would take a step back. But for me, I didn't feel like it was all love lost, because I knew this is what I wanted to do long term, and what I was getting out of it was practice. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you feel like you got enough practice in this arena, then it's like, all right, nothing in it for me now. But for me, sometimes though, this is a very interesting conversation, because I feel like people, they feel okay once they get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could not be worth your time. It could not be worth what you need to be doing. If I give you money, you're all right though. Like, it could still be wasting your time though, even if you're getting money. Opportunity is more than just a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Opportunity is a relationship. It's literally growth within you. Like, there's a bunch of things you can have, but then, like you were saying, like, people need to know that just because a teacher likes you, just because the student body is like on your side or whatever, like, they're still gonna pat you on the back when you graduate, and it's still gonna be your life you have to live.
I'd rather get paid, let's just say a wild number, I'd rather get paid 200 someplace where I'm growing, learning, doing a lot, pushing my limit, rather than getting paid 500 or like any amount of money more. I feel like I'm stuck, doing the same shit over and over again. It's not inspiring. Less pay, but more growth and mindset for the long term is way more valuable than a paycheck. A lot of you students are gonna have to go to, like, choose a barbershop that you need to go to. And I think a lot of people, they only look at the walk-in rate. It's like, how much people are gonna come into the shop? Like, how much money would I make if I just walk in here? But I think the issue with that is you're missing all the other aspects of what makes a good barbershop. Like, cause to me, before I came here to Fresh Cut, like, I've looked at like 5 shops. I was in about like 3. Of course you look at the walk-in rate for initially, you know, that's one component
component. It's not the most important component, but it's one. The most important part of a shop to me is the relationship between the people who are working there. Because like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how successful it is revenue-wise. It's gonna change if clients recognize when there are two barbers who don't really like each other, or there's a barber that like the owner takes advantage of the barbers, or you know, stuff like that. And then it's gonna trickle down into the work, trickle down into like your mental health, like it's gonna trickle down. So it's like I'd rather start in a place where I feel welcome, where I feel like it's a community and we're building together, than work in a big, you know, spot where I'll probably be making like 100K, but one, nobody's there to help you. You don't have a relationship with nobody, like, and you learn that as you go on. But the earlier you know it, I feel like the better the return is.
For like recently, any barbershop I've ever left was because I didn't feel comfortable in that space.
Yeah.
Not because like comfort is number one, but when you're in a barbershop industry or a beauty salon, the people you work with are businesses next to you. They're your neighbors. You're making money next to them. You feel me? You're spending 40 hours next to them all the time. You're learning from them, even the things that you don't need to be learning. So at the end of the day, the people next to you make the business itself. It's so important. Also, one thing that I realized that I've been paying attention to, not the most important thing in the world, but I think it's a detail that matters. Who is your clientele?
Yep.
Who is walking into that barbershop? What location are you at? How do you connect with that clientele that's walking in? Personally, I like giving really nice fades, beards,
full haircuts. The haircuts. You talking about the haircuts that you're getting? Yeah.
I don't wanna work at a place that cuts majority kids.
Yeah.
Because my haircuts go with beard, hot towel services. You know what I mean? The whole nine. So the clientele and the barbershop or salon that you work for, who walks in there? So important, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Right, Rick? Mad annoying.
Oh, you so ugly, bro. My guy, Rick the Ninja Turtle. Rick the Ninja Turtle, dog.
Rick
Yo, what color would
you
rock?
XXXXXL.
Yo, what color bandana would you rock? Rick? Probably black, right?
Red.
There's already a red one. Ralph, my guy.
Kiss me.